Happy New Year. I'm a lay minister here in Verwood, and this is my thought for this coming week. In the first week of the new year, the Church has, for a very long time, traditionally celebrated the Feast of Epiphany. There are some references to it going back 1700 years. The 6th of January is the traditional day for it, being 12 days after Christmas. It marks the end of the Christmas season. The word Epiphany means revelation, the revealing of Christ Jesus to the world. We in the Western Church tend to focus on the visit to the Christ child Jesus of the wise men, the Magi, who brought 3 gifts. We read about that visit of the Magi in Matthew's Gospel. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." So, who were these Magi? Whilst the scriptures do not tell us exactly who they were, traditions hold them out to be kings or powerful rulers from the east, who had travelled some extended distance to bring gifts to the Christ child. They followed a star in the skies. Matthew's Gospel goes on, "And the star that they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh." Curiously, tradition has it that there were 3 wise men, but scriptures do not say that. It is silent on that point. There could have been just 2 of them, or maybe even 10 of them. We just do not know. But because there were 3 gifts, it has been assumed that there were 3 of them. We also do not know when the Magi actually visited Jesus. In nativity plays and traditions, we often think of them arriving very soon after the birth of Jesus. But it could have been a very long time after his birth, even as much as 2 years later, that the Magi actually visited. But we do know the gifts that they brought, and to many they each represent a part of Jesus' identity. There was gold, signifying that Jesus is a king. Gold was a valuable gift given to royalty, and the giving of gold demonstrated that these wise men knew that this Christ child would grow to become a king. There was frankincense, signifying godliness, holiness, and being righteous. They knew that not only was he a king, but that he was from God, and of God, and indeed God, and that he was holy and perfectly righteous. And then there was myrrh, often used in embalming bodies and signified death. So the Magi also knew that not only was Jesus a king and God himself, but that death was involved somehow. What insight they had, and no wonder they were called wise, for they realized who Jesus was and that his identity was being revealed. An epiphany. In this season of Epiphany, we're encouraged to become wise, if not already, and seek wisdom ourselves. So, if we haven't made a New Year's resolution yet and want one to do, why not strive to seek wisdom this year? and there is no better way to start finding wisdom than to seek God first and discover Jesus' true identity, for true wisdom comes only from God himself. Thank you for listening.